Recording in progress.
All right, we are starting with the orientation section of SBR Strategic Business Reporting. So, in this session, what I will do, I will give you introduction about the strategic business reporting. But before that, let me give you introduction about myself. As you know, my name is Zishan Hassan, right? And I'm teaching this subject, strategic business reporting, in more than 30 attempts now. I have taught of about right. It's more than 30 examination attempts. I taught this paper. Prior to this, it was T2s. So from then till now, I'm teaching this paper. That's my experience, and more than two students got the worldwide positions. My students got worldwide positions in SBR till now, right? I also, that means overall, I have more than 12 years of teaching experience, ACCS in various aspects, and I also have working experience in Deloitte and in various industries as an accounts officer and finance executive, including Shirazi Trading Company, Sikh Pines Pakistan, which is a subsidiary of Pakistan Security Printing Press, and Merlin Security Solutions. Also, I was the first one uh, from Pakistan who write the blogs for ACCS. So that's my brief introduction. Now about SBR. SBR is the professional paper, right? Strategic business reporting is the paper, professional paper. Now, what are the contents of this paper? Firstly, you will study it's about the financial reporting framework, which will include the definitions of assets, liability, equity, materiality, and so on, right? Then we have another next topic is IAS 16 property, plant, and equipment. Okay, IAS 16 property, plant, and equipment. In it, what we will look at what is asset, right? The recognition criteria of asset, the measurement criteria of asset, what is complex asset, what is subsequent expenditure, the revaluation models, the accounting treatments of revaluation models. Okay, then we will move to our next topic, which is IAS 20 government grant. Now, what is first of all, you need to know what is government grant means. The assistance provided by the government is the government grant. It can be of any type. For example, you are going to start a business in a remote area. So government said we will give you the contribution towards the purchasing of machineries, or we will contribute in the salaries of the employees to promote the employment. So that's government grant. And we have two types of government grants, capital grants and revenue grants, which we will look at into the detail when we will study IAS 20. Then we will have borrowing costs. Now, what is borrowing cost? The loan which we take to prepare the some sort of asset. So borrowing cost can be capitalized if it meets the certain criteria. Uh, What's that? We will look at that in more detail. Then we have IAS 40 investment properties. Two types of properties are investment properties, one which we use for rental purposes and one which we use for capital appreciation purposes, right? And we have two models, cost model and fair value model. We will look at that in complete detail. Then we have IAS 41 agriculture. What is IAS for agriculture? What does agriculture produce? What is agriculture harvest? How to account for what is either we use cost model or the fair value model or both. What are the requirements of that? We will look at that in more detail. Then we have IAS 36 impairment. What is impairment? Sudden fall in the value of impairment, in the value of asset is impairment. For example, I was carrying an asset which had a value, a carrying amount of 1,000. Suddenly I dropped it, its value falls to 700. Now it's impaired by 300. So what is the criteria of impairment? how to impair the asset, what is cash generating units, how to impair the cash generating units. That all we will look in complete detail. So far, so good. Then we have IFRS 15, revenue recognition and customer contract. In it, we will look at the 5 steps in complete detail, which are necessary to recognize the revenue. What is the treatment to recognize the revenue on the customer contracts, especially in the construction side? That all we look at in the detail. Then we will look at the IFRS 16. We have two sort of leases. One is financial lease and other is short-term lease. What is the treatment of financial leases? What is the treatment of the short-term leases? How, okay, that all we will look in complete detail. Move to the other side, then we will have IS 37, provisions, contingent liabilities, and contingent assets. What is provisions? What are the conditions to recognize the provisions? Then what is the contingent liabilities and what are the contingent assets? That all be covered in it. What is the treatment to recognize the revenue in provision for reconstructing, or what is the treatment to recognize the provision for onerous contracts? That all will be covered in this standard. Then we will have IS 38, intangible assets. Okay. So IS 37, IS 38 intangible assets. What is intangible assets? Assets which we cannot see, which we cannot feel, right? So what is the measurement criteria? What is the recognition criteria? What is the criteria about the research cost? What is the criteria to capitalize the development expenditure? What is amortization? That all we will cover in complete detail. Then we will have IAS 10, events after reporting period. What is adjusting event? What is not adjusting event? What are the treatments in all cases? That we will complete in detail. Then we will have IAS 12, taxation. What are the temporary differences? What are the permanent differences? What will be the accounting treatment in each case? We will do that all in detail. Then we will have IFRS 5, held for sale and discontinued operation. What is held for sale? What is discontinued operation type of assets? What is the criteria to recognize all? Okay, we will do all that in complete detail. Then we will have IFRS 13, fair value measurement. What is fair value measurement? What are the levels of the fair value to determine them? That all will be done in complete detail. Okay, then we will have, okay, we already discussed about these topics. Then we will have IFRS 8 operating segments. What is operating segments? How to classify the operating segments within the organizations, to whom, which type of organizations it is necessary to classify the operating segments, and what are the conditions to identify the operating segments in the organization. That all will be done in it. Then we will have key performance indicators. These are the the ratios computation and the comments on the ratios. It was included in the SBR since 1.5 years now, or more than that. Then we will do the complete consolidation. I will do the complete. We will start the consolidation from the F3, from the financial accounting level, right? We'll look at the basics first. Then we will move to the step acquisition and disposals, and finally consolidated cash flow statements. We will do, and obviously foreign subsidiary will be done as well. Okay. Now, what will be the teaching strategy? The teaching strategy is like this, that we will cover our accounting standards first, various accounting standards. We will do them, and then we will uh, do the past papers related to the accounting standards. Past papers will be done. Then we will move to the next part, that is we will move to the acceleration part. Okay, and then we will look at the consolidation past papers, look in after that will cover the current issues, right? Current issues will be expected in the coming examination. And let me tell you that in previous and uh, that means in September get one attempt. I taught 3 to 4 current issues, and out of them, I emphasized, I stressed out on the students to look at the crowdfunding current issue. Okay, and that came in the exam. So like that, we will cover more current issues into the exam. Okay, that will okay. Now, what is the paper pattern? So what will be the which will consist of 30 marks. In it, we'll get to ethics part, obviously will cover the ethical. Okay, or it can include the ethics part and some of the accounting treatments as well. Then in question 2, question 3, and question 4. One question worth 20 marks and other will cover 25 marks each, right? And in this question, you will get accounts and here examiner will give you current issue as well, which is mandatory because there is no choice in SBR paper now, right? So we will do them. We will look at least we will cover 4 to 5 complete past papers, right? Which will, and then you will be all prepared to tackle the exam. Obviously, as you know, that these exams are now CBE computer-based examinations. So we will practice this out on Excel, so you will get to know that how to do them in the exam condition. Now, that's the introduction about the strategic business reporting. You all are invited to get enrolled for the classes, and the first class which I will conduct of SBR next class is on Thursday, 10 p.m. Pakistan time, right? So all of you who are interested, you can WhatsApp me on +92 332 3005199. Right? That's it for now. I hope to see you soon.